Debbie.
Hello.
Hello, Hales.
Hello.
This is so exciting, Debbie. I feel like I'm talking to like a celebrity. Like
No.
you are just. I mean, wow. And Hales only speaks so highly of you as a person, and she is so proud of you. We're so proud of you.
Hey.
Yeah, hey, no, listen, Hales is next level. She's best. Devs, how did you come to get on the one-on-one? And when was that, actually?
It was actually through my sister. So
Okay.
I'd been a gym for a few months, and I definitely lost centimeters and kilograms before the one-on-one program, but I don't know how much because I refused to climb on a scale because I was too afraid of what the number would be.
Yeah.
So I haven't climbed on a scale in years. And my sister had done the one-on-one program, and she just said, "You've got to do it. Like, just stop umming and ahhing and do it."
Yes.
And yeah, that started the one-on-one journey, which has been completely life-changing, really.
I think we actually just need to bring up your photos, quick stick, before we actually start talking more, because you're gonna get. It's just unbelievable. It's incredible. I mean, what the heck? Hey? I mean,
no, it's
you
great.
literally must. I mean, first of all, can we just look at the fact that you're not smiling in the first photo?
I know.
That's massive. You do not look chuffed.
No.
And then your second one, you are radiate. I mean, your body shape change is insane. 91 centimeters. I mean, 91. For me, that's like the biggest thing. I mean, it's just like insane.
It's insane. And it's definitely, look, obviously, like, weight loss is huge, but it's centimeters lost in places that I've never been able to lose centimeters. Like thighs have always been an issue. And I think like it's 20 centimeters down on each thigh, which is just insane. It's, I mean, stuff that I've never been able to do on my own. Like,
it's smashing it.
The program is amazing.
And Dave, how do you, again, I was speaking now with Tammy and Louie around, as women, we often focus on the physical and the aesthetics. But I want to know how you now feel, like in yourself. I mean, and the pride, you just must be, my thing is, you must be so proud of yourself. You must be like, yes, man. Like,
it's kind of, it's so weird because, like, although you can see it, like, you don't realize it yourself. I mean, and then you all of a sudden put on a t-shirt that fitted a few months ago or was a bit tight. And now all of a sudden you're like, what happened in the wash? It's like huge. And then you just realize, no, well, the t-shirt's the same size. You shrunk.
I love that.
People at work who I haven't seen in months don't recognize me at the moment, which is quite hilarious. But obviously with masks, it makes it a bit harder as well. And then you sort of introduce yourself again, and then they can't believe it. So yeah, it's been, as well, like things are just so much easier to move, less pain.
Yeah. It's the small things, hey? It's the small things.
Yeah. And I used to wake up every morning with back pain and be very grumpy. And I don't have back pain anymore. And my knee pain is gone. And I don't sound like an old woman anymore.
Unbelievable. But it's
great.
It's just so crazy how that all impacts your mood, your energy, how you outlook on yourself, your outlook on life, your relationship with people. And I know we've spoken about this a lot this week, but you can't underestimate the value of taking care of yourself and how that is going to have a ripple effect into everything in your life. And that's why I harp on about not focusing so much on the physical stuff, because the impact it's going to have on your life and longevity and everything, you will never actually truly begin to understand unless it's actually happening. So, Deb, and I'm just so chuffed for you. And Hales talked. I mean, I know you adore this client beyond words. But tell us how it's been with Debs.
It's been amazing. I've got to say, like, Debbie started with me last year. And, every single day working with Debbie has just been awesome. I've just seen her transformation. I'll never forget Debbie telling me that she wanted to plank for 30 seconds and it felt like it was impossible. And eventually we reached that milestone, and Debbie had this little denim skirt that she said she desperately wanted to get into this denim skirt, and we were going to make it happen. And it happened. It happened gracefully. And, every little goal that Debbie set for herself, she was determined, she made it happen, and she never gave up. And I think that for me is just like incredible. Besides having the first, second month, Debbie had COVID. She didn't back down. I even remember one of our first conversations after Debbie was recovering after COVID. And she said she battled to even walk to the dustbin because she was so out of breath. So that's how Debbie actually was. But it didn't make her give up. She still persevered. And I think that's just, for me, is like incredible. And then last thing, not last thing because there's so many things, but one of the things that I can remember, as Debbie started, and all she said was she had complete like joint pain and her knees were sore. And so we started Debbie obviously on the right program. But as it stands now, Debbie was running happily, comfortably. And isn't that just amazing? To think that when you started on the program, you couldn't have even considered running. And now you are enjoying it and you're running comfortably and loving it.
Yeah,
that is insane. I didn't know about the running thing. I mean, that's ridiculous. Yeah. That's unbelievable. Yeah. Hey, and
I tried running before in the past, and the next day was just full of aches and pains, and my feet were sore. And I sounded like an old lady. It was terrible. But now it's not that, and it's just from all the strengthening that's been happening over the months.
And it will also be the fact that you're nourishing your body in the right way. So you're doing everything. It's a coupling of everything correctly that's aiding you. But Debs, the fact that you had COVID, okay, this is phenomenal, because that is, in my view, hugely heroic, because so many people, I've had COVID, so many people, so many clients have had COVID and they panic and they go, I'm out. And it's not necessary. You actually need the one-on-one almost more when you are sick, because you need to be looking after yourself nutrition-wise, because that's going to help you get better. You need someone that's going to coach you and guiding you when you can start to do exercise again. How do you go through it slowly? Monitoring you, supporting you. So why did you decide to stay? That's what I want to ask you, is what made you go, I'm not running? I'm sure Hayley would have chatted to you as well, but
well, there wasn't an option. So, I unfortunately got COVID like in over Christmas. So in
Me too.
I just I think I had done like a week on the program, and then I got COVID, and it was sort of, well, I felt like, well, this is a waste now. Like, what can I do? Thankfully, I have a loving family who helped with meals, and my sister, because she had been on Jeff, she could make, and I also could instruct my mom, because I couldn't make food for myself. I couldn't stand it, so they could make food for me and bring it. So a whole bunch of Jeff recipes arrived at my door, and I could just pick it up and eat it. And so that was really wonderful for my family side, because that really helped a lot. So nutrition, I could keep going, keep the nutrition up, and just tiny milestones every day of just walking to the bathroom, kind of a thing. And then eventually, when I could, then Hayley did guide in terms of what type of exercise, once I was cleared, what I could, and sort of what my heart rate was like, and just really monitoring what was too much or too little, and then just slowly building it.
Aren't you so grateful that you did not run? Because you're now 7 months down the line.
Yes.
And you probably wouldn't have felt the way you do now, not just talking about physically, but felt the way you did if you had stopped. And that is really powerful. I mean, that's incredible. Wow.
Because I think also just the accountability, just even for the meals, just because sometimes I'm a bit of if you can't do the exercise, then let's just.
A lot of people are like that, not just you. A lot of us are like that, actually.
The nutrition part is so important. And so then Hayley was like, not more strict, but she was then watching that quite clearly as to what was I getting my water intake? Was I getting all the nutritional parts in? And so that was also very, very important, because I think if I had just sort of put it on pause and not carried on, I would have let that slip. And I'm very glad I didn't, because it just continued to.
It's amazing. And tell me, what do you feel? I mean, again, I asked Tammy this earlier, but what stands out for you most now on how you feel about yourself? I'm not necessarily talking about the physical. Like, how do you feel? Like, if you have to think of something that or that you're most proud of within yourself.
I'm proud that I stuck at it, kind of a thing, and that it's fine. But for me, I think also my relationship with food wasn't very healthy beforehand. Okay. So just changing with the whole nutrition part, I think that was my biggest battle and hurdle, and just my mindset that food is there nourishment
to fuel you,
to fuel. Yes, you can have the things that are nice, but it's not like if I was in a bad mood, I'd eat. If I was in a happy mood, I'd eat. If I was grumpy, I would eat. And realizing that doesn't solve your problems, and sort of just creating a more healthy relationship with food and finding a balance between over exercising that you get an injury and not exercising enough.
Exactly.
And so, I feel more confident in being able to sort of continue this. This is something that's
something sustainable, yeah. And I think as well, the other thing that I often pick up, especially with women, is that women often train to punish themselves.
Yeah.
So I often read stuff around, I'm going to go on a 10K run now after my pizza and glass of wine last night.
Yeah.
No. That's your mindset's wrong. You don't have a great relationship with food. Food is food. It has different, some is maybe a little bit more calorie dense than others. Some is more nutritional value than others. But you should never, ever exercise to punish yourself. Yeah. And if you are doing that, ladies, if you're watching this and you are doing that, you need to do the one-on-one. You need to do the one-on-one because your mindset needs to shift. If you are going to live the rest of your life like that, you're always going to be miserable. And you will never enjoy training because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you're doing it. It's this like slog. You're like, oh my word, I don't want to do this, but I've got to do it because, it's just like, it's so crucial. And I think you're enjoying, as far as I understand, I've spoken to Hales before, and from chatting to you, and now that you're running, you're obviously enjoying your training, which is amazing. Yeah. Because then you're going to keep living a good and healthy and sustainable life because you actually enjoy it. You're not doing it because you hate yourself or because you cross that you ate something that you shouldn't have eaten. I mean, for goodness sake. So I get very passionate about that because so many women have that thing in their mind that I've eaten that, now I'm going to go and burn it off. No.
Yeah.
Not the right way to think about it.
Yeah. And I do. I enjoy the classes. I enjoy the exercise. I think if you had to ask me about a year ago, I would have said never in my life will I say that.
Exactly.
But I do.
Exactly. And Debs, is there any woman in your life, it can be within Jeff or outside of Jeff, that is someone heroic to you, and why?
There's so many.
Sorry, tough question, I know.
It's so hard to say. I mean, my mom and my sister are a wonderful heroic women, also doing their own. Doing their own Jeff journey as well, and they're just amazing. And I think almost any woman I live alone, so it's quite easy for me to prepare my own meals or to do my own exercises and other responsibilities. So I take my hat off to any woman who has a family and still does any of anything.
Haley.
And that leads me into my next one. Yeah, Haley has just been absolutely amazing and just hugely heroic and just I remember in the beginning of my journey, you did some of the 6 a.m. classes on a Friday, and I would be dying, and she's still bouncing around. And, I'd be doing.
She's a machine.
She's in the. I'm like, I don't know how you're doing all of this. So Haley has been just so supportive and so encouraging, and just such an amazing role model as to,
she is.
Yeah, just a wonderful person.
And you know what's amazing about Hales as well is that she adores her clients and she will do everything and anything she can. It doesn't matter what's going on in her own life. She's got kids, she's got a hubby, she does her own training. She gives everything to everyone around her, and it's incredible. And Hales, you're amazing. You are absolutely a hero. Debbie, you are sensational. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, I'm just so excited that this is actually the start of the rest of your life, and that is what's so powerful. And well done, and thank you for joining us. And I hope to see you very soon. Hales, I'll see you very, very soon. But it's been amazing to chat to you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Debs. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.